Shivendra Dungarpur, welcome to CNN News 18.
Hi, hi.
Shiven sir, you're a filmmaker, a well-known archivist, also the director of Mami Mumbai Film Festival, which will be held in Mumbai between October 19 and 24. So first, congratulations. And to start with, sir, what are some of the key highlights of this year's festival?
I think one of the, first of all, thank you very much for talking to me. I've just taken over as the director of Mami this year. And it's been a really exciting journey because, being the director of Film Heritage Foundation, uh, which was dealing with heritage, which was dealing with cinema in a different mold. But I truly believe that cinema is a is all about celebration of the past, present, and future. And uh, now with the directorship of Mami, it almost sort of bridges that gap of the best of cinema, which the people of India are going to watch. First of all, I think of Mami as a celebration of life and cinema. Uh, why I say life is that when I grew up watching films, I was seeing life unfolding in front of me, different stories, different ideas, different thoughts. And Mami brings to you, even with limited sponsorship, which you will not see. A lot of people have asked me this question: is Mami the same as last year? And I said, do you see it in the programming? Aren't you seeing Payal Kapadia's film as the opening film? Should it not be the opening film? Should we not celebrate an Indian film which has made it really at the top? No other film for many years. You had Nicha Nagar of Chetan Anand many years ago when Khan started. But after many years, you have a film like Payal Kapadia's film, which is, we must celebrate. It's an Indian film. And you look at the South Asian competition, you look at the master classes, the galas, the whole programming and the world cinema. You got the best. You got Jacques Adward film. You got Sean Baker's film is closing the film. You've got Almodovar. So if I love cinema and I want to be part of that celebration, and I would just think about being in this festival, um, even though uh, there have been a lot of ways of people looking at it, I won't even bother about that because it's got great programming.
Sure. Like you said, Payal Kapadia's will be the opening film. Also, have to mention Kiran Rao's Lapata Lady is our official entry for this year's Oscars. But there are seven films which are the entries of other countries like Nepal, UK, Norway, France, Canada, Denmark, and Ireland, which will be screened at the Mummy this year.
Right.
How are these films align with the theme of this year's Mummy Film Festival?
See, Mami has always stood and will always remain for two very important things: is supporting independent cinema and supporting the best of cinema from around the world. And we are almost highlighting the fact of the South Asian section. As you know, Mami's biggest strand has been South Asia. I mean, we celebrate South Asian cinema. We call ourselves South Asian Festival. So these films represent that. Little Jaffna, for instance, which is also there. So isn't it an amazing thing that we not only are celebrating films from within our own country and the world cinema, but also all the neighboring countries, which are so important to us. Um, and that's what Mami should be about. Should be the films which you do not get a chance to see. You are getting an opportunity to see those films.
Sure. But like you said, Payal Kapadia's All We Imagine as Light will be the opening film of this year's Mummy Film Festival. It's of course a co-production. Well,
Right.
there was some buzz about sending it as this can winner as the India's Oscar entry. But what I want to ask you, sir, is how Mami Film Festival is planning to empower the young filmmakers. Are they planning to sort of set up a fund or a script lab?
See, we have the Royal Stag, which is supporting the long short films. We have that. I think what Payal's film would do, and why is it the opening film? It's very important for us to understand that. Not just that it won at the Grand Prix, or it's a film which is recognized world over and it's traveling world over, or it represents Mumbai, but it's an independently made film. It's a made with a lot of struggle, a lot of hardships, and Payal Kapadia came out emerging really with this amazing film and bringing a lot of applause to our country, India. And she's a Mumbai girl. I think this would set the tone for a lot of inspire a lot of youngsters. And also, what Mami is going to stand is for independent cinema. I've said this before, and I'm saying it now. We are going to highlight the promotion of young filmmakers, and especially independent cinema. And it's a great opportunity for youngsters who want to get into making films or who are making films to attend this festival, to register into this festival and see the best of independent cinema, because you would find the struggles of many young filmmakers who have emerged out of this and made important films from different parts of not only the country, but different parts of the world.
You are the director of the national award winning documentary, The Cellulite Man,
Yeah.
that tells the story of P.K. Nair, the legendary film archivist. But what do you find most gratifying about archival work?
You know, it's a very difficult question to answer in a short space. Uh, I was in the top of my career making advertising films when I started the foundation in 2014. And I think two people changed my vision of life itself. Martin Scorsese was one of them, other was P.K. Nair, through the journey. Cellulite Man was a journey which I traveled to different parts of the region. I never thought it would be made into a film. I thought it was a journey to discover Indian heritage. And when I realized that we have lost so many films of ours, and almost half of our heritage, more than half, 60 to 70% of our heritage, 99% of our silent films went. I started the foundation, and the whole mission of the foundation was to preserve, to restore, to bring back classic cinema. I think what is really thrilling now is that the classic cinema, if you look at back at the theaters, what we started off are even doing better than the contemporary films. You have great examples, you know. You have Imtiaz Ali's film, which did very well. You have Tumbad, which got released. Look at all the theatrical chains. They are desperate to stream classic cinema back again. And we just started it off with Bachchan Back to the Beginning when we screened Bachchan Saab's films to celebrate his 80th birthday. So if you really ask me what is gratifying as archiving, or what is gratifying, I think the most gratifying thing about is the celebration of cinema. Whether you are doing it through archiving, or you're doing it through Mami, or you are, for me, what was the most beautiful thing is when I was screening Cinema Paradiso, when Tornatore came recently we had an Italian festival, you know, and at Regal, and Tornatore, the director of Cinema Paradiso, was there, and we were screening Cinema Paradiso there. And when we were screening, I was before screening, I was telling him that Toto, the character of Cinema Paradiso, is a boy who is obsessed with going into watching films, and his whole life is about uh, just looking up at the screen and looking at cinema. I think I have never ever left that childhood in me. For me, the biggest celebration is Toto. I'm still the Cinema Paradiso Toto, and I don't want to grow up. I want to see films, and I want to show films, and I want people to celebrate cinema, because to me, cinema is all about being in a movie theater, experiencing it, the joy, the sorrow, the love, the affection, the laugh. Everything happens in a cinema hall, and that is life itself. If you experience life, there is no better place than what cinema gives you and the people watching gives you. Because when you come out, you've almost seen the whole world.
So then, sir, what work you have done with Martin Scorsese's World Cinema Foundation?
We it's been 10 years. We have continuously worked. We worked on the restoration of Kalpana. We're doing a couple of films. We did Ghata, which was Girish Kasavali's film. They've been supporting all our workshops immediately after, after Mami Film Festival. Our ninth edition of our film preservation restoration workshop is happening in Kerala, where people are coming from all over the world to train in Kerala, in Trivandrum, where the Honorable Chief Minister is also going to be part of the whole, he's the chief guest of that. So a lot of Sri Lankans are coming. So I think uh, we've been working continuously for the 10 years together. I'm very honored and privileged that some of the best of filmmakers and some of the greatest filmmakers have been part of our journey uh, right through our evolution of the foundation, and they continue to support us in different ways.
So then, what are some of the prized possessions or hidden gems you have discovered from the archive, like an unfinished film or a lesser known work?
Oh my God, uh, my life has been spent in only discovery. And that is the most exciting thing for me. I am always so excited. Like I said, I'm Toto of Cinema Paradiso. Uh, I found the negative of Guru Dutt film in almost thrown away. Several negatives. Even the discovery of Sholay negative was something which during COVID, which I discovered, uh, or many of the cameras, many memorabilia. It's 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 so many things in my life I keep discovering, and I continue to discover and save. Um, it's so beautiful about that part, that 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 you get to know about the whole history of Indian cinema through those discoveries, and that's what makes it so exciting. Archiving is exciting because it's almost like excavations, because you are excavating, you are almost finding out things. Only thing is, cinema history is only 150 years old. It's not very old, but you are still discovering. My whole thing was to discover all the silent film actors and directors and find their
I
material.
was about to ask you that. How about restoring some of the films from the silent era? Or
Well, the, we hope to do that. We already have many films, we are doing on the pipeline. We, being a foundation, we have limited budgets, but we still do it. And we have many things in our agenda. We have not only archiving, we publish books, we do workshops. We are building a center now. The center would be coming up, which will have the first big public library. So it's in Ballot so you can enter the public library very soon. In next year, you will have a public library and a screening room. So we would have many things, worked out, and it all stems from the fact that I can't wait to share it with people.
but
Is
which actors of silent era do you think people would love to know about?
Well, Master Vittal was a swashbuckling hero. He was absolutely a great hero. He's the hero of Alamara, the first sound film which doesn't exist. He was also the actor who jumped studios and came into Imperial, and his lawyers were Muhammad Ali Jinnah, which is very interesting in those years, in 1930s. So he's a very interesting. Both the Jal merchants and both the two Parsi leading actors. We had amazing directors of that time, Moti Gidwani and so many people who then had to migrate to different paths. Uh, so I think the silent film,
Billy Mora brothers also.
the Billy Mora brothers, absolutely. In fact, the younger Billy Mora, we discovered his whole album.
Okay.
We discovered the whole. So one of the things which I did was walk in different parts of Mumbai, discovering where they lived and where they stayed, where Sulochana stayed, where did Savita Devi stay, or where did the Billy Moria brothers? There were two brothers because and the sad part, the younger Billy Moria was later he started doing roles as an extra, and he used to stay in Ken's Corner, and I was very lucky that we discovered a beautiful album, which we saw, right from the 1920s. Uh, Beautiful photographs, and then later he became an extra in films like Amar Akbar Anthony because he used to look very foreign. And so that's also the sad part, that so many things you discover, and there's so much to write back on history because history is so fascinating. I just feel that the passing away of a great legend like Dharamsi Bhai, who had done all his work on silent cinema, and that's what we are very proud of the Film Media Foundation on one part, that we try and support not just the Projectionist Award, which we give every year. We try and find projectionists who have worked 50 years and we try and support, but also historians and people who have been working over the years. How can we come forward and support them so that that history is surviving? And we try and do through also video oral history. So we were very fortunate that Dharamsi Bhai did a whole long oral history with us, and he was a silent film master. He knew the history by the tip of his.
And finally, sir, you of course brought Christopher Nolan to India for the Indian premiere of Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Did you have a conversation with him? What were his thoughts or views about Indian cinema?
Well, he before he came, I gave him to watch Pather Panchali. I said, and the reason I gave him is I grew up in the era of Bachchan. I was mad about Bachchan. And Gulzar Saab, when I was working with him, I was his assistant. He's my guru. He gave me a video cassette in those days uh, to watch Satyajit Ray's Pather Panchali, which changed my whole vision. And I was in FTI after that. I said, if you have to start watching Indian films, watch from the great master Satyajit Ray. And said, he thought it's the most modern film he's seen, the way Ray shot it and the way Ray made it. And he's also watched RRR. So he's seen as latest films as RRR. He's very open to watching cinema. At the moment, he's busy with his pre-production of his new film. So he's excited, and he's excited to come back to India, and he wants to come back. And Oppenheimer did so well in India, and it's exciting that I also hope that he comes to India back again, and Tenet he shot here, and he had a great experience shooting here. But we hope that he returns back soon and he's with us again. Yeah.
Well, with that, I just want to wish you all the best for the upcoming Mami Film Festival. Hope you'll have a great success at this year's festival. Looking forward to lots more, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you. Bye bye.